Whoa, yeah, this isn't exciting. That doll isn't frightening. And the crowd starts booing because the doll isn't moving. Yeah, 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 yeah. Piper's staying there. Then the doll blinks and it turns into a Dollroom Blitz. Then she gets frightened, gets rolled up, and it turns into a Dollroom Blitz. Dollroom Blitz. Dollroom Blitz. Yeah, yeah, it's a Dollroom Blitz. Yeah, yeah, it's a Dollroom Blitz. And yeah, it's a Dollroom Blitz. I'm John Recton with my review of WWE Raw taking place in Orlando, Snorlando, Borlando, whatever you want to call it. My fucking goodness, this show wasn't very good. There were a couple decent moments, but man, they really aren't goddamn trying. And they are less than 2 weeks away from SummerSlam, which is taking place on a Saturday. TakeOver's on a Sunday. The world's all topsy-turvy. And yeah, even though crowds are back, my God, they were pumping in the crowd noise. And even though Orlando and Florida in general does have a rich history as far as, wrestling going back to the territory days, Eddie Graham and all that, my God, this show just wasn't good. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. So, Orton's Venomous Viper is back. A much publicized return as of today. And well, he's all happy. His Venomous Viper, his golden showers. Orton's soaking it all in from the WWE Universe. Soaking it all in. Man, he's ready to shake hands with everybody. Ha, gross. So, he barely gets any words out, even though he's happy to be back. And then here's Riddle. He shows up, and man, he's so happy that Randy's back. He was worried that he was hiding away like a girthy anaconda. We're talking about the Venomous Viper, girthy anacondas. What kind of segment is this? All right, it's me turning things dirty occasionally. Only occasionally, and if you believe that, then you have clearly not tuned into this channel before. So, basically, Randy, is kind of like wondering, what the hell are you doing here, Riddle? Riddle wants to get RK Bro back together. You know, that lineage of, about 5 tag team matches that they had, and then Orton was gone for a number of weeks. I don't know if he was gone due to a family emergency, needing rest, or they realized, hey, this team has a catchy name, and that's all it has. So, he doesn't want to team up with them again, because he feels he's better off alone. Yes, he feels he's better off alone. I'm just going to keep referencing bullshit songs that a lot of people probably won't remember. Anyway, we get a chance of RK Bro, and then suddenly Styles shows up and makes fun of them. The RK Bro community almost stands there, as he should, looking intimidating, because it's hard for a guy that tall not to look fucking intimidating. And we just get, more stuff with Riddle wanting to team with Orton, Orton not wanting to team with Riddle and everything, and Styles saying, hey, why don't we face off tonight? Or maybe Orton says we should face off tonight. Somebody says we should face off tonight. You know why I don't really care who initiated the challenge? So I don't really give a shit about this show. So anyway, Orton couldn't take down Almost, and Riddle couldn't either. They could not jerk down on the thick neck and head of a tall, tall man. Not the movie The Tall Man. If you've seen that, I'm sorry, it was shit. But Riddle, naturally unwilling to take no for an answer, he keeps trying to, push his way in there and keeps trying to get, Randy to see things his way. Come on, Randy, give it to me, give it to me. Let me get with you and everything. Okay, this is getting a little bit dark. Let's get back to the positives. Like recaps of Drew's swordplay, where you never bring a chair to a sword fight. That's how the cliche goes, right? Yeah, that's clearly how the fucking cliche goes. So anyway, Corbin is here to take advantage of the brand-to-brand invitational. Unlike Survivor Series, where it establishes brand white supremacy, wait, Hogan is not involved in the company anymore. So basically, Jinder made a money offer, off camera seemingly, or maybe on WWE social media, which probably explains why I didn't see it, because, sorry, I kind of got this thing called work and I can't pay attention to the internet all the goddamn time. But yeah, Corbin is desperate. He needs money, and so then Corbin could not afford more than 20 seconds of his music. Okay, I don't mind the fact that they're trying to do something different with Corbin. That isn't the issue. Maybe if WWE hadn't released over 100 wrestlers, since April of last year, due to budget cuts and stuff like that. And yes, they have a whole bunch of talents and they need to release some people, maybe not in the middle of a goddamn pandemic. And now they're making it seem like, oh, this talent lost one thing and now suddenly he is unable to afford anything. Let's make fun of people who have lost everything, as the pandemic rolls on and on and on. And it won't stop till the beat of dawn, because unfortunately some people want to, let this thing extend on and on and on and on by not wearing masks and everything, and by not joining in on the fact that we really should all be in this together. It's like that song at Kohl's. Boy, that song was all in my goddamn head because I worked. Oh, goddamn, that was brutal. Great to meet Durb, though. Met him the second time that I worked there and been best friends ever since. So, Corbin, basically, he has to win. He doesn't want to face Drew because he can kick his head off and stuff like that. And Drew, he is fingering his sword on camera and everything. And then I realized that he named that sword after his late mom, which makes me feel bad about the joke. Well, it makes me feel almost bad about the joke. I feel bad that his mom did pass away. He tells a story about how she had this illness and that she shouldn't have gone through with the full birth, but she was bound, determined to, even if it killed her, and she lived on, got to see him achieve his dream, and that's good. That's really, really good, and I'm glad that Drew is, even if this is goofy and him holding a sword, that he's fingering, as every woman wishes that they could be gripping his giant swordy shaft. Have fun and see. This is getting really weird. It's good that he was able to dedicate this to his mother. Man, I butchered that thing horribly. Let's talk about the match. Corbin versus Drew. Yeah, because this is a match that apparently somebody wanted to see in 2021. And by somebody, I mean Vince. And did anybody else want to see it? If you did, that's fine, but I didn't. It was a match that existed. I also didn't care about it. And they have some good action. It was what it was. I don't care about this Corbin character. And then Corbin's like, no, he's like trying to bag off and everything and saying like, Drew's like, oh, for the love of God, I'll give you enough money for a few days and everything to get a place to stay or whatever, get a hot meal, and for the love of God, get a shower and get a wardrobe and stuff like that, how much you need. And Corbin's still on this $100,000 shtick. And he says, wait, why stop at $100,000? Why not go to $200,000? Why not go to $300,000? $200,000, $100,000, and he claymores his head off. Because that's what a babyface does. But then again, Drew has been kind of one of the different baby faces. And also, it's Corbin. Is anybody really going to care about Corbin? No, but this is Vince McMahon's way of mocking the fans that can't attend the shows. It's like, ha ha ha, I've got all the money in the world, and all these wrestlers are out on their ass, and you're still going to watch the show. Yeah, Vince, except your ratings are dwindling, and only diehards like me that are going to review it and take the piss out of it will watch. Like, Vince is going to watch this. It is what it is, though. I want to support the talents that I care about, but goddamn, what a way to make Drew seem likable. And then Jinder and his goons show up, and suddenly, this veers a different direction because he pulls it out and three men run away. Let me tell you right now, when Drew pulls it out, you run away or you run towards it. I mean, you stop thinking. You know who you are. You stop thinking about it. I know you're. Stop it. Get some help. So then we have Orton and Riddle. I am serious and don't call me bro was an actual line that was said. So it's nice to know that Vince McMahon's brand and, views on comedy have not gone past 1980. I love Airplane, seriously, but this was forced. It's like, Riddle still he won't take no for an answer, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And, reality's bleeding into wrestling. So anyway, we then get, we get no more words and no more mobility for Jeff. Jeff cannot fucking walk. Jeff Hardy is not going to be wrestling much longer. It's Karrion Kross versus Jeff Hardy, because we need to see more of this. I didn't want to see it before. I don't really care if Karrion Kross loses. To me, it just kind of, destroys what remaining credibility there is for the NXT Championship, which is not much. And there's not much credibility for the NXT brand in general, since it's kind of just, a malaise and a glaze and everything. It's NXT, the next glaze of professional wrestling. What am I even on about? So, this is where I kind of tuned out a bit. Like, Jeff tried to cheat and hold the tights and stuff like that because Jeff's a babyface and that's what you do. Or he's being a wily veteran. Despite the fact Karrion Kross has also wrestled for a number of years now, as long as Jeff, but still. And then he kind of drops Jeff on his neck a few times and gets with the Saito suplex and then gets the cross jacket to win. And Jeff was upset. I don't know what he was saying, but I could tell that he wasn't very happy. And then Alexa comes out with Lily with the music and everything and all that stuff. And I hate it. I don't hate her. I just hate it. I hate it all. I hate it. And I would have booed the shit out of this if it was still Bray Wyatt. By the way, the crowd chanted, "We want Wyatt" during this upcoming match. And Riddle's upset. And oh no, Randy won't accept, my offer or whatever. He's not allowing me to, get what I want. And so now I have to force it. I'm sorry. This is getting weird. Alexa with Lily versus Piper. Her name is Piper. It's not Dee Dee. Dee Dee, you idiot, get out of my laboratory. And Eva Marie, Eva Marie, that useless twat that should not be back in a wrestling company in any way, shape, or form. And there's getting heat, and this is my opinion, there's getting heat, and then there's like, we don't want you here, go away. Why are you here? Why are you back? Seriously, why is she back? Doesn't she have more, like, analysis for, like, why athletes shouldn't kneel at national anthems? Her and her husband Jonathan and a whole bunch of other shit and everything, they do. The questionable views because they've tanned their bodies so much, it's fried their brains almost as much as the women in Final Destination 3. And yes, maybe I will marry Final Destination 3. Shut up. So, they had We Want Wyatt's chance. Alexa and Piper could actually have a decent match because Piper's a really good athlete and Alexa has good character work. That's really about it. Like, it's not that Alexa's the worst in the ring, but Piper is clearly head and shoulders above her, and I don't mean just height. And then Piper is suddenly frightened because, like Head, Lily is in the goddamn corner, and they have a computer-generated thing for Lily to blink. And the crowd boos, as they should. This is fucking stupid. It's supposed to, bring new fans in. I'm sorry, this is going to make more old fans tune out than new fans tune in. This is why WCW should have won the goddamn Monday Night Wars. And I rewatched the last year of WCW, and I'm saying that. We would probably have Lily on a pole. Vince Russo has struck again, but good grief. Good grief. Actually, WCW had succeeded. They wouldn't need to bring Vince Russo and Ed Ferrara in, and I hope both those pieces of shit burn hell, especially Ed Ferrara, for mocking JR's Bell's palsy. Fuck you, Ed Ferrara. Fuck your mother for giving birth to you. Back to this. The crowd boos, and the most devastating maneuver in all professional wrestling, surprise, roll up 1, 2, 3. They had the doll blink. At this point, I wish that USA Network had just pulled the plug on the goddamn thing. So then we have Miz, Morrison, and Sheamus. They talk about catchphrases, bullshit, and Morrison threatens to get Sheamus wet once he opens his robe. This show is supposed to be PG, but it is raw, uncut, and thank God Sheamus was wearing tights under that title. So then we get shots of, God damn it. We just get shots of, like, Sheamus coming out and everything with the graphics and all that stuff. It's actually kind of cool. And then we get Ricochet. It's a contenders match. Okay, so Priest beats Sheamus recently and has his shot, but now we have Ricochet gaining. They went contenders match crazy, basically. Crossbody over the announcer's table or onto the announcer's table. Somehow not a DQ, but it was a DQ during Rhea and Charlotte's match when they did that bullshit with the, the announcer's table skirt or whatever the fuck it is. They were skirting the issue. All right, was the match bad? No. Was it well wrestled? Sure. But it's a Ricochet match in 2021, and until he justifies why he associates with somebody like Chase and Rance, same with Moose, piece of shit that he is, I don't really care about them anymore. So, Brogue Kick, 1, 2, 3. Ricochet did sell the hell out of that. And then Priest shows up, and he fights Sheamus out of the ring. Then Miz and Morrison are here, and they're getting the fans wet and stuff like that. Okay, so we have Morrison versus Priest for about the 1 millionth time since WrestleMania. This is fucking abhorrent. This is ridiculous. They released a whole bunch of goddamn titles when they could have freshened shit up and everything and kept people, interesting, and they've been having this go on forever. Now, this seems to be the finality of the goddamn thing, but I doubt it because I've been saying that for a while and they haven't fucking ended it. I think I, had a birthday during the time that this feud was going, which is impossible considering my birthday's in January. So we have Damian Priest versus John Morrison. Commentary mentions how Morrison and Priest are giving everybody everything, including Priest, giving Morrison every inch that he has. I'm just going to mock this whole goddamn thing at this point because if you have come to my channel for analysis, you're going to get a wrestling fan that's just freaking just fried. I enjoy wrestling. I don't enjoy this presentation of wrestling. That's why I'm reviewing retro-reviewing the Invasion angle, which isn't good, but somehow is better than this. So then, Miz gets Priest wet, but Priest still manages to get the victory with the rectamine. Whoa! But Ricochet was already on the show. So anyway, then, of course, Corey mentioned something about, about golden wetness. Him and Carmella would know all about that. I'm not kink-shaming, but given how, they got together and how Corey and his wife, were clearly not split up yet, and I don't believe that they were. Trust me, I know what it's like to be with somebody married. Trust me. That's not how it works out. Moving on. We get dripstick action, and then Miz stands up. Oh, no, Miz is fine. He actually was never injured. So good on them. If they manage to sell us on him being injured, so okay. He's all right. Good. Now we can get back to being an adequate wrestler and a really good promo. And maybe we can get rid of the dripstick stuff because it's stupid. Oh, it's appealing to kids and everything. Yeah, well, kids are stupid. Monumentally fucking stupid. If you have kids, I'm just going to say, make your kids smarter. Don't make your kids stupid enough to believe that this is good wrestling. I'm going to get every parent angry in the goddamn comments at me. So anyway, Miz, is, he runs out and everything, and Bree says that he wants the U.S. title, and Sheamus is like, oh, okay, you want that, Dags? You like Dags and all that, and all right. And he's going to put him in his place. The Caucasian man says he's going to put the Hispanic man in his place, and this didn't take place on Fox. So, well, there we go. Mansoor has a new jacket for Ali. Why not? And Ali's all happy and everything, and they're all whatever, and then Reggie's little intro where he flipped into the ring has 33 million views on TikTok. I don't think I've seen one. I don't think I've ever seen a whole TikTok video. I always see them playing on Twitter and I scroll past them and everything because I don't like TikTok because I'm old and technology frightens me. I say as I speak into my smartphone very badly on a YouTube video. So we then get Dijak and Dio. It was me, Dio, talking about rodents, referring to the Arab people as rodents. Again, a Fox mandate. So Dijak and Dio took on Ali and Mansoor. Why is this still happening? Wait, I'm sorry. It's Dijak with Dio against Ali with Mansoor, that is. So Dijak tosses him into the barricade, and Mansoor tries to help, gets laid out by Dio, and then feast your thighs. I'm just going to call it that. 1, 2, 3, whatever it's actually called now. And then we get Mansoor being, attacked and stuff like that. And this is an undercard feud that I don't care about. They have tag team champions that could actually be defending them every week, or at least every couple weeks. But no, we need to have this kind of bullshit with guys that are talented, but the gimmick and the presentation are shit. So then we get more 24/7 shit with Truth and Tozawa dressing up and trying to get at Reggie. And Reggie flips around and everything, and Truth says he on Xbox mode. Okay. I don't know what that means. I don't play Xbox games. So anyway, is that on Halo mode? Is that on Sunset Overdrive mode? I do know some video games, but I don't think I've ever played. I don't think I've ever picked up an Xbox controller. So anyway, Cena, the commentary mentions how Cena's movie, The Suicide Squad, and Dwayne's movie, The Rock's movie, Jungle Cruise, are 1 and 2. So Cena tops Dwayne's Rock Hard Johnson in the box office. Get your mind out of the gutter. So then Lashley and MVP show up and they talk about what they said to Gage. It's the Gage community, the good Gage that's involved in wrestling, not the bullshit that was on AEW Dynamite recently. And hey, Goldberg's going to lose the SummerSlam and then his career will be over. And then you can have all the father-son time you want. And Nancy said the same thing to Chris and Daniel, and I'm going so to hell for what I say. But that's it. That's really it. If Lashley does not beat Goldberg in a minute, Goldberg can hit one spear, but then Lashley needs a pop-up no-sell. He needs to get the hurt lock on him and make him pass out. And you need to get that old has-been out of here. And I say has-been because he was something. Goldberg was something in the Monday Night Wars. And even meant something a little bit in WWE. Guess what he hasn't meant, anything in a while. Here's why he hasn't meant anything. Because he was a gimmick. He was a great athlete, but he could never have a long match. The stuff he did with Brock at Survivor Series 2016 and Mania 33, that is, made up for the Mania 20 stuff. After that, that should have been it. Why? Because I don't need to see Goldberg basically unable to do anything and continue to get shots. He shouldn't be getting more title shots. It's not any good. I don't care if he's getting paid a lot. It's stupid. So anyway, then we get recaps of Nikki A.S.H and Charlotte. All that stuff with Nikki A.S.H. With good old, groovy A.S.H. So anyway, Rhea says that she will regain the championship at SummerSlam, and I still want her to step on me. And then Sarah interviews Nikki A.S.H, who has tape on the outside of her outfit because she has bad ribs. That's how things work. Maybe you should tape under your outfit so your opponent wouldn't zero in on that. And who thought this was a good idea? And look, I have nothing against Nikki as a person. I think Nikki is doing the best she can with this gimmick. I hate it. I fucking hate it. Fucking goddamn hate it. Rhea and Nikki A.S.H. It's some good stuff. Rhea's a fucking goddess, as much I'll say. Snoo Snoo. I had Snoo Snoo. Her boyfriend's so lucky. So, am I supposed to care about this, I said. Even though the action was fine, Charlotte causes a DQ. What in the thrown up, puked up, mashed up Skittles was Charlotte wearing? What the actual shit? And then she, basically says she talks in a promo a little bit later, but she looked ridiculous, seriously. And I'm just talking about the outfit. So Elias is out near a campfire. He decided to dance into the fire and throw his big black instrument in the fire. Ouch. It's going to be a charred instrument at that point. And I guess Elias is dead. Let's take away the one gimmick he had. What are we going to do with him now? He'll probably have a new gimmick in a little bit, and they'll release him. They'll just release everybody. They'll get to the point where they're just going to have virtual reality wrestling, and everybody's just going to have VR headsets. It's going to be like VR Troopers. Remember that? What was that, Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad? Something like that. It's going to be like that. It's going to be even worse, though, because that had the aura of at least cheesiness. Vince, at this point, is just bound and determined to just see how many times he can needle fans before they give up. So, Charlotte, I can't wait for the day when Charlotte's just off of wrestling television, out of the ring, doing whatever. She can go into acting even though she can't talk. I'm sick of her. I'm just sick of her. Don't wish any ill will on a person. I'm sick of her. So Orton then says that he's better off alone. And then he took on Styles with Almost in a Mania 35 rematch without the glowing, without the glowing lights and everything, as opposed to the non-glowing lights that are blinding people saying, we can't see. And look, there was some good stuff, a good announcer's table spot, no DQ though, a good pace, really good pace. These guys are well these guys are well versed in wrestling and everything. These guys are great. They are. When Orton gives a shit, he's great. Styles can always deliver a good match even when he coasts. And then we get some knee focus by Styles. Almost stops the RKO. Here's Riddle to take advantage of somebody else, but he gets bashed into the post. Styles tries for phenomenal form. RKO in the ring, not out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. Now Riddle's all celebrating, and he's like, wait, come on. They hug and everything, and then you can see it coming. Snap, RKO from out of nowhere, even though, again, everybody saw it coming, and that's it. That's it. Randy's all celebrating like I told you what I was going to do. Cool. All right, that's it. That totally missed the trash can, but whatever. Yeah, I'm just going to keep reviewing this stuff until I go absolutely insane. I have about that much sanity left, and I'm pretty certain that SummerSlam may finish that off. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.